Welcome back. Um, Last time we were going to work on scripting Ghidra, but got into it and found I had to go install things like Eclipse, and so we went and played Minecraft instead. I went off screen and I installed Eclipse and configured it to work with Ghidra. It was pretty straightforward. You follow the directions in their help file, and it works pretty well. The only thing I found was that you have to point it to the directory that Eclipse is in, but their file picker wants you to pick a file instead. So you have to go in, pick a file in the directory, and then in the path selection box, you have to delete the file name and then hit OK. And that all works pretty well. So it was a little bit of a nuisance to do that, but it wasn't too bad. So right now, I've verified that it does work at the very basics, but I've not done anything beyond that. So we're going to give this a shot, and hopefully we'll be able to start writing a script. So I'm going to open Minecraft server since that's the class we care about. Okay. And you'll remember we figured out the name of this class, the name of the superclass, and we went up this set of interfaces. And then we looked at the fields and go, nope, because that's like 70-ish fields, and I'm like, I don't want to do that by hand. That's way too many. And then we looked at methods and said, yeah, that's way, way too many. Just not happening. So I want to figure out how to do this with scripts because it's going to be less error prone and it will save a ton of time once we get the script working, because maybe the first one's going to be slow, the first few are going to be slow, but there's a ton of classes in here, and I mean there's a ton of classes, probably a few hundred, and doing this for everyone by hand is going to take days and weeks and hours, and I don't want to do it. It'd be so slow as to be effectively unusable. So let's see if we can get to anything useful. If we can't, we'll do more next time. Okay, so I'm just going to pick this one, edit with Eclipse. Remember, I already set up Eclipse, so it's connecting to Eclipse. The Eclipse module that comes with Ghidra communicates on a port. You configure that in Ghidra. It has the default. As long as you're using the default, it's really easy. Otherwise, you have to configure it in Ghidra and Eclipse to talk on the same port. So let's wait a minute for Eclipse to start. Okay, so we see this, it opened up the script file in Eclipse. We can see the beginning comment. In this case, mostly we have the license, and then this is the summary for it. Okay. Now these are the imports. We've got quite a few namespaces. Right now it's just using these two. So anytime you create a Ghidra script, it must extend Ghidra script. Now let's see. Open declaration. Okay. Let's see. Type hierarchy. not on the build path. Anyway, it's got to extend Ghidra script, and Ghidra script has a function called run. And the run method is where the script-specific code is placed. Overrides running Ghidra script. Okay. Script. And here's the documentation. Script state. Okay. In order to write a script, your script must be written, Ghidra script must be written in Java. Not technically correct because they do provide a Python way of doing it. I would have to look into it. And you can provide an extension, so you can really write them in any language, but since it's native Java, I'm just going to do it in Java. Script class must extend Ghidra script. Fine. Must implement the run method. This is where you insert your script-specific code. You should create a description comment at the top of the file. Each description line should start with a // All that's pretty basic. We can see that here. We've got a type. It's in Java. It inherits from Ghidra script, and we've got that beginning comment. So when you create a new script using the script manager, you will automatically receive a source code stub as shown below. Here's the comment. Write a script description for the script. Here is the opening for your script, and here is the blank run. All scripts, when run, will be handed the current state in the form of class instance variables. Okay. So I guess the parent class Ghidra script has members current program, current address, current location, current selection, current highlight. The active program, the address of the current cursor location in the tool, current location, the program location of the current cursor location of the tool, or null if no program location exists, current selection, and current highlight. All scripts when run will be handed the current state and are automatically run in a separate thread. So, Ghidra state represents the current state of a Ghidra tool. Not too useful. That would have been my guess. Model listing program. This interface represents the main entry point into an object which stores all information relating to a single program. This program model divides the program into 4 major parts: the memory, the symbol table, the equate table, and the listing. Each of these parts has an extensive interface and can be retrieved via this program interface. Although the components are divided into separate objects, they are not independent. Any changes to one component may and probably will affect the other components. Also, the state of one component will restrict the actions of another component. For example, the create code unit method of listing will fail if memory is undefined at the address where the code unit is to be created. Sounds reasonable. So, front line, that makes sense. So all in all, this sounds pretty basic. Define symbols. Okay, so I'm going to close this script and I'm going to go create a new script. And we're going to see if we can do this. New script, Java, test script, okay, and Let's edit this with Eclipse. Okay. Author and results. Okay. To do test script to learn how to write a script. Okay. We got lots of optional things here. We could delete them all. I'm just going to leave them for now. And wow, it looks like there's a lot of stuff exposed by the program model. Okay, obviously we've got Ghidra script, which is a based class. And we've got a class that extends Ghidra script, and we have our run. So let's see what we have as members. Current address, current highlight, current location, current program, current selection, monitor, potential property file locations, I assume, property file parameters, source file, state, writer, add entry point, add instruction, analyze all, analyze changes, ask address, lots of queries, clean up, clear listing, clone, close program, create address set, create ASCII string, create a bunch of bits, pieces, and stuff. Selection, stack, symbol, table, find bytes, get address, get end of line comment, turns the EOL, commented the specified address. Okay, so that is a string. So right now we've got a script that is going to print out somewhere the version of Ghidra. Since I know that it is 9.0.0, let's see if we can run this thing. Now to run this script, I'm going to close that. I don't care. Category new, that's fine. Okay. Let's see, we'll right click, assign key binding. Can we assign backslash? Okay. So, on script. Okay, where did it output? Okay, 9.0. So we actually ran our script. Let's see, if I go here and press backslash, we run our script again. That is cool. So we have successfully assigned and written a script. Now, it doesn't do anything useful, but we actually have a script. So that is a big step forward. So let's see if we can figure out how to select something in our script. So this dot let's see. Run. Okay. Listing program. Current program dot current transaction. There is a lot to learn about this. This is a huge API, and let's see if we can find some documentation. Ghidra scripting API. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that's not going to be helpful. Help Ghidra API help. Let's see. Help. Wrong help. Help Ghidra API help. Whoa. Okay, extracting JavaDoc. That's going to take just a minute because there's 11,434 of them. That's a lot of classes. But having the JavaDoc readily available is going to be a huge help. Kind of silly that I didn't think to look at the help command. Sometimes we overlook the obvious, like help. Okay, this is going to take a little while. So, what I want to be able to do with the script is I want to be able to, for a very simple one, I want to be able to look at this class thing here. Excuse me. Look at this type, and unfortunately I'm locked out. Look at this type and then figure out what the name of this type is. And then look at the next type, or the base class, and do the same thing. And do this for the different things. It's pretty simple, it's pretty basic, but it does give us a little bit of a hand. Now the problem we're going to get very quickly is when we do a rename of some of these classes, it is not going to rename in anything that references the class. And that's going to be the hard part. As long as the rename doesn't escape from the class, so local variables to a function, we're not going to have an issue because it doesn't escape the function. Therefore, it is completely local, and it's really easy for Ghidra to find all the uses and make sure they're up to date. When we start escaping the class file, I suspect it's going to have a hard time. So we'll have to look into that, but I really suspect it's going to have a hard time, which is unfortunate because I want it to have an easy time because I'm lazy. So this is still going. Okay. We're also going to see how long my voice holds out. I did quite a bit of talking today, and so it's a bit hoarse, or feels pretty rough. So we'll see how long this lasts. This stream may end up with me doing simple things in Minecraft without talking because I can't talk anymore. Big API. Okay. So it looks like it opens the Java doc, and then creates a big honkin' directory in local in app data. That's fine. So obviously Ghidra script is our basics. We already read through this. Nested class, analysis mode, fields, has an empty constructor. That's fine. Okay. Lots of functions. Holy cow. Lots and lots and lots of functions. Abstract methods. Run is the only abstract one. Concrete methods. Deprecated. Okay. So, I mean, it's Java doc. It's pretty straightforward. Let's see what tree we've got. Interface hierarchy. Overview. Overview, 10 kerbillion classes. Package, class, tree. Okay, we have a really big hierarchy. I mean, this is... You're never going to learn everything because that is huge. However, we can at least learn enough as we need it to be able to write the scripts we want to write. Deprecated. Looks like we got a bunch of deprecated stuff. Index. Excuse me. Help. Okay. So, help, Ghidra runs. Okay. Anyway, we've got a decent amount of stuff available. So I want to be able to look at this. So can we look at the current program dot program. Okay, so if we've got a program, we should be able to go to the API, go to tree, program. Classes. Program model listing program. Program model listing program. Packages, program model listing program. So with this, well, that didn't work. Okay. Interface program. Main entry point into an object which stores all information relating to a single program. This program model divides the program into 4 major parts: the memory, the symbol table, the equate table, and the listing. Each has an extensive and can be retrieved via this program interface. Although the components are divided into separate objects, they are not independent. Any changes to one component may and probably will affect the other components. Also, the state of one component will restrict the actions of another component. For example, the create code unit will fail if memory is undefined at the address. Okay. So we got a bunch of fields. Analysis. Okay, methods. Let's see. Creation date, equate table, executable format. Get language. Okay, I'm curious. That should say something like Java. So, and backslash JVM big Indian 32-bit default. Okay, that's way more detail than Java. That's kind of cool. Listing object, get memory. This dot current. This dot current program dot get memory dot at. Let's see. Get byte address 0. Okay. Get memory. Gives us a memory object. Get byte. No, that's it. Get the byte at the address. Okay, that's fair. And what is an address? Okay. Is there a way to create an address? Okay, it loaded an initialized address set. Let's see. Java implicit variable type. Okay, var. Good enough. Memory. Okay. Memory.get address ranges. Var address set dot addresses get min address. Okay. Memory dot get byte min header. Let's see. And println. Okay. Dot. Nope. Okay, this is where it gets a little slow because I haven't done Java in a while. Java byte to string. Java, let's try int, because it's probably going to be the same thing as doing it to int. Byte.toString, string.value of. Okay. Okay, so let's try that. That should get us started. So I'm curious, wrong one, slash 42 Okay, what's it? 42, because I'm seeing CA here, which has nothing like 42. Let's see. 42, 32A, 2A. So, looks like it's probably hitting here. So the way we can know that is, let's try the next one. Print when string dot value of memory get byte. Still learning this. Min adder dot next. Let's see. 1, 2, 4. And okay, so that's saved. Let's go back to Ghidra. Let's run backslash 4218. We got 16 plus 2 is 18. So apparently it is having this file as the first address space. Which is interesting, but it's not where I want. So this init script, or init function, is the first thing. That's nice, but that's not what I want to do. Too bad. So if that's the first function, I get to be sad. So anyway, we've now at least gotten to the point where we can write a script and get to the memory available, or the memory from the file. So that's a big first step forward. Not where I want to be, but start slow. You'll get there eventually. Yeah, let's exit. Okay. So that's the end of Ghidra for today. Fun for me. Hope it wasn't as boring for other people as it might be. I don't know. And let's get into Minecraft. I want to see if we have anything else in our silly little mob farm that gets almost no spawns. And then probably we're going to light up the cave that goes nearby, and that should dramatically increase our spawn rates. Also likely to get me smashed by a creeper, which would suck. So I do not want to get blown up, but it's my guess as to the most probable thing. And I'm going to call that good. So yeah, I did a little bit of mining off screen, not a whole lot. I think mostly I found a little bit of gold, some reds, and some redstone. And some iron. Iron's always good. So so I will want a consistent way to get books of mending. The obvious easiest way is via my AFK fishing farm. And what the... Right. This is the place where mob drops drop. Okay. We got a little bit of gunpowder, we got some rotten flesh, bones, arrows. And now that I have fish and a good way to cook them, I can actually afford to run. If I remember to. I'm curious, do we have any mobs? Nope. We did make sure that the light levels were all proper, so we should have the ability for mobs to spawn. But they don't spawn, well, that sucks. Monsters nearby. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay. Got enough stuff for now. Oh, I also got coal. Also good. Let's go see if we can do something about the spawn rates on that farm. Let's go torch a good portion of the cave. Looks like I already did some here. And there's the creeper that is going to kill me, I'm sure. Ooh! Okay, I've got gunpowder. Now, our biggest thing is making sure there aren't any dark spots. Hi, Mr. Bat. And, of course, let's take what iron is readily available, because iron. Okay. So this section was not very big. This doesn't look like it so far. Okay. And what? Wait for it. Okay. That will keep me from stupidly doing that on accident. I'm only doing it stupidly on purpose. Okay, and more iron. I'm happy. Okay. So that was a relatively small cave. Probably, definitely, not the cause of our issues. So if that's the case, let's see if we can find another one. Because I know there's a cave. Why? Because I found it. Or more correctly, I ran into it and didn't want to find it. So, let's see. Okay. Now, there we go. And of course, creeper. As long as he doesn't blow me up, that's fine. Skeleton. You know what? I'm actually going to pick this one up because I suspect it will be useful. Especially if I want to make another portal. Coal. Coal's good. And of course iron. I will never complain about iron. So each time I light up a section of cave nearby, it's one more area that is not going to have mobs spawn in it, and therefore there won't be mobs there that will contribute to the mob cap. And it means there is a better chance for my mob spawner to have mobs spawn. And we'll pull it there. Fine. You talked me into it. I'll mine your coal. Next stack. Okay. And that means this one is dealt with. I know. Okay, we go in here. I suspect if we go through here, right about here, we're going to find that canyon, that slot cave or whatever, that we ran into when we were building the mob spawner. So let's see if we can find anything through here. Found coal. Good. Iron. Once again, I won't complain about iron. And better to place too many torches than too few, especially since you get lots of coal. And ran into something. Not very big, but that's okay. And let's not break the cardinal rule of don't mine over your head. Okay, what do we find here? Nothing, but it's a void. We definitely want to deal with that. And that's a bit too far. So we missed that shaft. Probably somewhere around this way. Slot, I mean, whatever. Yep, right there. Another cave. Don't want to anger an Enderman, so nothing around here. And iron. That is starting to look like the slot we were looking for. Now, I'm going to avoid the Enderman. Lapis is good. Pretty much anything is good. So let's see. Can I make something obvious to say, hey, here is the way out? Maybe not super obvious, but okay. Looks like this is the end in this direction. In the other direction, not yet. Ooh, big bunch of lapis. Okay, interesting. So really, you can just go down through here. And out of that stack, lava. I don't want to jump stack up there. So right now we've got 10 gold, we've got almost a stack of iron. This is quite productive actually as far as resource gathering, though usually that is the case when you are caving. It's one of the more efficient uses of your time to gather resources early on. So anyway, we can keep at this for a while, and I'll probably finish up this cave system the next time I play, the next time I stream. Hopefully I can do that easily, make progress, get lots of resources, and I'm going to put that there and pick up this source block up here. Guys, I'm going to call this good. It's been fun. Hope everybody has a good time. See you later.